Shalom, everyone. Today we're going to take a hard look at a difficult but crucial topic: the comparison between modern-day abortion and the ancient practice of child sacrifice. Now, I know this isn't an easy conversation, but the truth often isn't. We live in a world that likes to put a fresh coat of paint on old evils, but beneath the surface, some things haven't changed at all. Let's start with a historical reality. In ancient times, child sacrifice was a horrifying but accepted practice in certain cultures. The Canaanites, for example, sacrificed their infants to Molech, believing it would bring them prosperity, protection, or favor from their gods. The Carthaginians did the same, sometimes even offering up their own children in hopes of gaining success or averting disaster. The parents were convinced, or at least pressured into believing, that the sacrifice was necessary for their well-being. Now, fast forward to today, the reasoning behind abortion is eerily similar. A crisis hits, a pregnancy that wasn't planned, fears about finances, social status, or personal goals. And the solution offered is to sacrifice the child for the sake of convenience or stability. Some might argue that abortion is about personal rights or choice. But when we strip away the modern rhetoric, we're left with the same core issue: the deliberate ending of a child's life in exchange for your perceived gain. Even early believers saw this connection. Tertullian, one of the early church fathers, recognized that there was no real difference between infanticide and ritual sacrifice, whether it's done in a temple or in a clinic. The result is the same. And just like in ancient times, this practice has been woven into the culture to the point that people hardly question it anymore. At the root of all this is idolatry. The ancients bowed before statues of Baal or Molech, but today people bow before the god of self, personal freedom, convenience, and ambition. The child becomes the cost of worshiping at this altar. It's a dark but real truth. People become like the gods they serve. If we serve a holy and righteous God, we are called to reflect His righteousness. God commanded His people to be set apart, to be different from the surrounding nations. He strictly forbade child sacrifice, calling it an abomination. So how can we, as believers, turn a blind eye when the same practice is happening right in front of us, right in our hometowns, just under a different name? As believers, we cannot be silent. The Bible tells us that God is the author of life. Every child, from the moment of conception, is a human being made in His image. When society justifies abortion, it's openly rejecting the Creator's authority. And let's be clear, history shows that when cultures embrace child sacrifice, whether through Molech or modern abortion, judgment follows. Ancient Israel turned to child sacrifice, and God's response was clear. He warned them through the prophets, and when they refused to repent, destruction came.
Oh, the proverbial rainbow flags, wherever they're murdering babies.
Carthage, a powerful and advanced civilization for its time, also embraced this practice, and it was eventually wiped completely out. Nations that shed innocent blood do not escape God's judgment. Not forever. But there is hope. God's grace is still available, and His mercy is greater than any sin. For those who have participated in abortion, forgiveness is possible through Yeshua. He redeems, He restores, and He brings healing to those who turn away from their ways and come to Him. This isn't about condemnation. It's about truth. And as His followers, we are called to stand for that truth, even when it's uncomfortable. So where do we go from here? First, we watch and pray. We ask God for wisdom and courage. Then we take a stand. That might mean supporting crisis pregnancy centers, speaking up for the unborn, or simply refusing to be silent when this topic comes up. We're living in a time when child sacrifice has been packaged and made socially acceptable. But as believers, we answer to a higher authority. Let's not be afraid to call evil what it is, and to shine the light of truth in a dark, dark world. May we stand firm, speak boldly, and never grow weary. Until next time, my friends, pray up, stay strong, and speak up. Shalom, shalom.
Listen, it's the same fire, the same altar, the same lie, wearing a cleaner mask. We dressed up in still white clinical lights, I'm a fight for life. A heartbeat lost in a paper gown. Truth gets crushed, so dreams don't drown. They say it's choice, they say it's scared, but what they mean is don't you dare. Don't dare keep that flame alive. Just kill the spark so you survive. A modern temple, a digital shrine, bowing down to the god of mine. Molech's gone, but the chant's the same. Trade a soul, fortune and fame. At the altar of self, we burn what's only for wealth. In the silence, can't you hear them cry? The innocent under blood-red skies. We call it progress, we call it right, but it's sacrifice in the dead of night. At the altar of self, we're just worshiping death itself. Back then it was Baal and Molech flames. Now it's clinics and rites with no shame. Same ritual, just a polished brand. Sold out truth for its sleight of hand. Carthage fell, Israel wept. God counted every child they left. You think we different? You think we new? Nah, history's just on loop. They say it's freedom, but freedom to destroy is slavery. They say it's love, but love without truth is a lie. We're feeding the fire, feeding it with light. Every heartbeat matters, every soul has weight. But we trade the eternal for the gods of the day. Convenience, image, control, idols made of flesh and gold. At the altar of self, we burn what's holy for wealth. In the silence, can't you hear them cry? The innocent under blood-red skies. We call it progress, we call it right, but it's sacrifice in the dead of night. At the altar of self, we're just worshiping death itself. But listen, this ain't the end of the tale. Mercy flows like a nail-scarred veil. Grace runs deep for the ones who fall. Yeshua's blood can cover it all. Forgiveness for every soul who weeps. Redemption sown in what we reap. This ain't a song of just despair. It's a cry to rise, to fight, to care. Watch and pray, speak and This ain't the end of the tale. Mercy flows like a nail-scarred veil. Grace runs deep for the ones who fall. Yeshua's blood can cover it all. Forgiveness for every soul who weeps. Redemption sown in what we reap. This ain't a song of just despair. It's a cry to rise, to fight, to care.